What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Some disappointing news. It looks like the Nonito Donaire Jr. versus Guillermo Rigondeaux fight has come into some sort of crossroads. Here's what Nonito put. I want you guys to hear from me first. I am not going to New York City for the presser this Thursday because Rigo is backing off his agreement to VADA drug testing. Rigo's team verbally agreed to VADA testing both online and in negotiations, but now that the contract to start testing is in front of them, they are finding every excuse not to sign and delay start of the testing. I have not signed my fight contract yet to fight him, so I have no obligation to fight only him. It disappoints me that top fighters these days run from everything that will hold professional boxing integrity to its highest standard. I will be looking into other opponents with my manager, Cameron Duncan, immediately. So, I told you guys when this fight was first announced that it was being talked about, I told you I wasn't going to hold my breath. It's not guaranteed that it won't happen, but now it's starting to seem like baby Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. It's all a bunch of politics. At first, Rigondeaux had like a lawsuit that he wanted settled prior to him signing the contract. So Caribe Promotions and Top Rank got together and finally figured out whatever that situation is, and they were to commence with the fight. Now, it appears that Rigondeaux is backing off of something he said he would do, and Nonito doesn't like that. So it's just getting crazy now. Like I said, I just want to see the fucking fight. I don't even care about anything else. I don't care about the politics. It's just like, wake me up when this fight takes place. I don't care about all of the back and forth. Just do whatever you said. But on the contrary, one thing I want to do say is a lot of people are accusing Nonito Donaire of being scared and ducking. But realistically, you guys sound foolish now because the fight has been stalled in two different times and it's all coming from Guillermo Rigondeaux's camp. So I say that because, first of all, the fight was stalling and they were looking at Vic Darchinyan because of Guillermo Rigondeaux. He had some kind of dispute with Top Rank and Caribe Promotions, his promotional company representation, and that was resolved. Now the fight's in place. He has his biggest payday of his career, and he's opting out of VADA testing. Now you can't say Nonito is on the record and it's open and it's well known that Nonito's been doing year-round testing. So he's doing something that I don't even think anyone else in the sport, including Floyd Mayweather Jr., is doing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. does those testing, the Olympic-style drug testing for his fights, but I don't think he just does it randomly year-round, like when he got out of jail because he hasn't fought since May of last year. So I don't think he has had any VADA testing or any kind of testing until his next fight, which is May 4th against Robert Guerrero. So Nonito stepped up to the plate and he's doing something that a lot of people in the sport aren't even doing. So my thing is, how could that be ducking? Because realistically, I look like this. Even if Rigo didn't agree to it, if you're clean, you're clean. Who cares? It's like you want to say you're better than him. You got the biggest purse of your career, and all you have to do is take a drug test or a blood test. I mean, what's the big deal? I never even understood that with the Pacquiao situation. If you're clean and you think you could beat them, and you think like Pacquiao said, I think Mayweather's scared and all that. If you think he's scared, you think you have the skills to beat him, take the test. Same thing with Rigondeaux. You say you're better. You've been calling. You've been begging for this fight. And people were saying Nonito is ducking, and he wasn't even paying you no mind. He said you're a boring fighter. He's not impressed, etc. Now you have the opportunity to make everything right and show the world. And obviously, if Guillermo Rigondeaux does convincingly beat Nonito Donaire, what does that do to his star power in the United States? He's already huge in Cuba, I'm sure. But what does that do to his fan base in the United States? He already has a fair share of fans, but a marquee name like Nonito Donaire, who's on a win streak, if you defeat him, what does that do to you? Now, you know what I mean? That's better than any of Rigondeaux's past fights. And that's not even to diss any of his opponents. But Cordoba or Roberto Marroquin, those are cool names, and Marroquin has wins over Gary Russell Jr. and Adrian Broner in the amateurs, but that's amateurs in the professional game. Matakin doesn't have he doesn't have much of a fan base. Like dedicated boxing fans will know who he is, but a lot of you guys won't, who don't follow the sport in detail. You just look for like the big fights and the big names and that kind of thing. So again, it's easier for Rigondeaux to just say fuck it, take the test, than Nonito. Like, I mean, he's been doing the drug testing. So, like I said, if you're clean, you're clean. There's nothing to hide and nothing to worry about. Take the test and let's get it on. Let's see the fight. This is a fight that everybody wants to see. It's a 50-50 fight based on styles. Everyone has their opinion on who they think will win, but let's make this fight happen. And I just don't see why there's so much resistance on the Guillermo Rigondeaux side. I mean, what else do you want? You've been calling for this fight, and it's pretty much presented to you on a silver platter. You got your lawsuit settled with Top Rank finally, which is actually, this is the other thing with the lawsuit. Guillermo Rigondeaux had this lawsuit at least 2 fights ago. It's the same. He had the same trouble, and then they did whatever and did like a quick patch fix, and he was able to fight Roberto Matakin in his other fight that he was supposed to do in Texas, that got canceled because I think they wouldn't offer the guy a license in Texas or some shit. But anyway, he's had these legal troubles, but now all of a sudden you're about to fight Nonito Donaire, and it's imminent that this gets fixed or you're not fighting him. And this is the guy you've been calling out. Second of all, this is the biggest payday of your career. So, I mean, I just don't understand at this point what else Guillermo Rigondeaux wants. And Nonito also he left a message saying that he has never forced his opponent to take the VADA testing. He recommends it and he encourages everyone to do it. He's saying that Rigo agreed to it, told him like, let's do it, I'll do it. And now that it's go time and the time has come, now they're stalling. So it's funny that people were saying Nonito's ducking, but I mean, as of right now, all the hangups that I've really heard have more to do with Guillermo Rigondeaux and his camp and promotional company than Nonito Donaire. And like I said, the biggest thing is, if you think Nonito's ducking you, you're getting paid the most money you've ever been paid. You got your lawsuit that you've been begging for to get fixed. You got that fixed. Now all you have to do is take some blood tests, and I mean, it's not like they have to rape you or something. This is VADA drug testing. I mean, if you're clean, you're clean. So I don't see what the big deal is. Now all you have to do is take the test and prove that Nonito's scared. Because if you took the test and then Nonito said something else like, oh, go to the moon and back, then obviously he is scared because he's fighting every excuse. But all you have to do to silence this is take the test and then get in the ring, and then that's all you could do. And then you'll know who's the one that's ducking or stalling the fight. So to me, it just seems easier for Guillermo Rigondeaux to just take the test. He got everything else that he wanted. Take the test, especially if he agreed to it. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't say he did or didn't agree to it. But really, I think the ball's in Guillermo Rigondeaux's court in the sense of it's going to be on him. It sounds like Nonito is stern about what he feels, about what he was told, and he just wants what was promised to him. At the same time, Nonito Donaire is the bigger star in the United States. So I don't understand. Rigo doesn't have as much bargaining power as he thinks he does. I mean, and that's a fact just because of star power. It's not saying he's not a good fighter or he's not talented, but based on star power, he's had less big fights. I mean, I don't even know if he's had a main event fight in the United States. Somebody leave me a comment and let me know. Whereas Nonito has had his own cards. He's fought Vasquez and he was the main event. So I don't even know if Rigo has had any main events in the United States. Please leave me a comment and let me know. But again, he doesn't have any real pull or bargaining power to command things and make his demands. He already got his demands filled, in my opinion, by getting his lawsuit fixed and getting the most money of his career and getting the fight that he requested. So again, I just want to see this fight. I don't care about all this. I'm just letting you guys know the politics. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Who wins this fight? Should Rigo take the test? Should he not take the test? What are your views on that? That's basically all I got to say. Until next video, it's Ego signing off.